Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He'd already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there.
What's good with it, YouTube? It's Coffee. Tapping back in, man, and y'all hear that there. Jaguar Wright making some very disturbing claims, allegations against Diddy and Usher being involved, some sick, twisted-ish, as we know every day, you know what I mean? There's new stuff hitting the news in regards to Diddy as he faces this ex-trafficking federal indictment, all kinds of sick allegations involved in that indictment, man. Just the other day, word hit, officially confirmed from news sources that a male adult star / ex-worker, that performed at a Diddy freak-off party turned over a tape from a party that he performed at to the feds, and he was sitting down for a proffer session with the feds. Will more charges come from that? Something else be added to the indictment? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Comment and let me know what y'all think. But many people like to write Jaguar Wright off as being crazy, or, saying she's on D-Rugs, or she makes baseless claims, or just makes ish up. Or some people may say Jaguar Wright, been on point all along, exposing the truth. Some may say the truth in regards to Jaguar Wright falls somewhere in between. You know what I'm saying? Comment and let me know what y'all think about Jaguar Wright and what she's saying here. But there definitely seems to be some consistencies to what she's saying here, as we've seen all the footage and pictures and whatnot. There was a video that got reposted by a lot of blogs with Diddy and Justin Bieber, where it said Diddy checks Justin Bieber for a wire. Tap in and let me know if y'all think that was indeed what was going on in that video, or something wasn't right about the video, or what y'all thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Usher had a lot to do with Justin Bieber's career, dating way back, and the same thing goes for Usher and Diddy. And there's another individual, a common denominator in this whole equation in which we're speaking of. We'll get to all that in a minute and break it down and see, the consistencies and the claims that Jaguar Wright is making. But one thing I wanted to point out to y'all in regards to Justin Bieber that I had no clue about, man, is when it comes to his music, he's been switching things up. So y'all heard that, man. Justin Bieber performing a gospel track. And like I said, I had no idea he seemingly had switched it up and had been doing gospel music for a few years now. I guess dating back to 2020, he's got one or two EPs out, a good amount of gospel music. And you see, Justin Bieber takes his turn at gospel music. Does the future of gospel music immediately incite for you the image of Justin Bieber? No? Okay, well, Justin has done what probably no one expected him to do by releasing his first ever gospel EP, professing his adoration for Christ and his faith. And peep it, man. Like, comment, did y'all know about this, that he had been doing gospel? And the more I think of it, I don't know if I've seen as much mainstream music drop from Bieber as of late. Not like I followed his career super closely, but he was a big star. His music was getting spins, getting played everywhere. It's in movies, etc. And here he is doing gospel, dating all the way back to 2020. And I wonder, man, as even before that, there was footage of, because we know Bieber went through, some dark times, right? Being allegedly addicted to lean. He got arrested with lean, right? Y'all remember that? When, was it 2 Chainz or someone was talking about, man, when the white boy Bieber got knocked with whatever kind of lean it was, that lean got took off the market, and that was the best lean. We had to start drinking this other BS lean, Bieber arrested for DUIs, and I don't know, a lot of people felt something seemed off about Bieber. He was battling some demons, and could this be what it indeed is? Like, and we saw him involved with that one church that I don't know if he still goes to that church. That dude seemed weird to me. Cairo, whatever, the shirtless pastor, always walking around trying to flex his abs like a weirdo, you know what I mean? Some failed college basketball star who wasn't a star. I don't even think he started, and couldn't really make a run of it at basketball. And he became like a pastor to the stars, and at one point in time, I guess, was mentoring Bieber. I don't know if Bieber is still attending that church, but the point that I'm getting at is, like, Bieber seemingly has been trying to change his life and get involved with his faith and put out gospel music. And we know what it is. Like, it's no secret, the sick, twisted, heinous things that happen to a lot of child stars in the movie business, Hollywood, and in the music business, etc. You know what I mean? It's just so sick, twisted, downright disturbing. These evil, deviant demons and their sick rituals. I don't understand why parents allow their kids to go off without their own parental supervision, like allowing them to just leave out of their own sight. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them? You know what I mean? And comment what y'all think about that. I know Bieber, I think, had a single mother, and he was not discovered by Usher, but Usher was a big part of his career. And you it is indeed true as well that Bieber turned down working with Usher, performing at the Super Bowl. You see Usher was talking about, no love lost. To be a part of an event of this magnitude is time consuming, etc. Maybe he's busy or whatever. I'm paraphrasing, but Bieber's camp or representatives, publicists, didn't say anything. They weren't available for comment unless they put something out later that I didn't see. Tap in, comment, let me know. You know what I mean? As always, hit the comments with your thoughts on everything we're talking about, or if I miss anything or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't claim to be no expert. I just come up on here and chop it up with y'all. So make sure to subscribe, hit the buttons for me, and join the discussion. But real talk, man, did Bieber turn his life over to God and cut ties with a lot of these individuals because he saw the sick, twisted, ritualistic, deviant, demon, wicked, evil in the rituals firsthand throughout his time in the music industry and all that? Is that what's going on? But as I was saying, he wasn't actually discovered by Usher. He was discovered by this guy, Scooter Braun, and he signed to Scooter and Usher's record label, Raymond Braun Media Group, in '08. And Usher collaborated with him. We know Bieber blew up, massive success, right? But you know, in regards to what we're hearing about Usher, you know, turning Bieber over to the diddler for 48 hours. Which did y'all peep that Jaguar, right? She don't even call him Diddy, right? Like, no Diddy, and not no Diddy on the no Diddy typical ish, in which of the way we've been hearing individuals say that. She's saying like, no Diddy, he's the diddler. That's his name. Diddy ain't his name, he's the diddler, right? And like, as we're saying, how she's putting it out there that after Bieber signed with this Scooter Braun and, you know, Usher, right? He spent time with Sean Combs early in his career. There are media reports, this is outside of what Jaguar Wright is saying, right? That say in, you know, 2009, he spent 48 hours with Combs, and it has raised questions about the nature of their relationship. Although no illegal activity has been implied, it's just like, you know, I don't know, when we're hearing of Diddy and his true character and, you know, like all these allegations, and believe me, it's just more than allegations with some of the receipts we've seen and the footage that the feds have, and now there's these allegations of Diddy selling footage on the dark web. Like, is he linked up with a whole network of sick creeps? It just gets more and more disturbing by the day. You know what I mean? Like, Diddy's on some straight up Epstein like ish, it seems. You know what I'm saying? And we see all kinds of celebrities trying to cut ties with them and disassociate themselves with them. Like we said, Usher, just a week or two ago, the news broke that he scrubbed his Twitter, deleted a whole bunch of tweets and whatnot. And you see, he came out and addressed it and said it was indeed true. But he said, yo, I was hacked, you know, and this is just a narrative that y'all are running with. But you see, it is indeed actual, factual, right? And you know, and you know what's so crazy about this, as we're pointing this all out, like, why would Usher, you know, turn Bieber over to Diddy? And there's all these, you know, reports of people that were around Diddy, you know, saying he was giving off predatory-like vibes. Well, if y'all ain't heard, like I said, the story is very similar, like with Bieber, Usher, and Diddy. If y'all ain't heard, here's the clip where Usher was talking about when he spent time with Diddy, when he was discovered in underage, a minor, and his family sent him off to be mentored and broke into the game by Diddy.
At that age, you could remember everything.
Right.
You know, so I'd look at it one time and I'd get it. But I didn't have computers.
And when you say you mocked it, you would watch TV
and mock
and say, I could do better than this.
Yes, I would try to do as good as. You know,
Right.
You have Michael Jackson, you have Bobby Brown, you have performers that, you know, just they
So
made it more
So
than
no
just
lessons.
singing.
You just
Lessons.
The lesson was TV.
No.
But
The lesson
Usher,
was TV.
do you go to L.A. Reid's office to audition? Like, does he say, let me hear you sing something?
I go in his office and I put on the song that I sing every time, which is Boyz II Men's End of the Road. I go in, I start singing the song. He's like, wait a minute. Is it okay if I bring somebody in the room so that you can have an audience? I said, sure, no problem.
Wow,
He brings
good
a
for you.
room full of girls,
Ooh.
interns who happen to be in the building at the time.
And that
I guess
was
he wanted
intentional to see if you had sex appeal,
He
right?
wanted to see if I would get nervous.
Right.
Yes. And of course, you know, the rest is history. I won.
Yeah, you won. But he says to you, listen, we got to take you. This is his plan now. We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
flavor camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Yeah.
And your parents were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige, they didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Were you the only kid at the Puffy camp or the Puffy Flavor camp? Were you the youngest kid there? Like, all these other people like Biggie Smalls was around. These are grown men.
Yeah.
You're the only one.
Biggie wasn't there. I lived with Puff. Big was a part of. He was an artist.
Right.
But no, I was the only kid there. Yeah, I was 15 years old.
And when you see sexuality going down, all these hot chicks and all this stuff, so in a way, it's intimidating, right? You're too young for that.
They weren't there for me.
Right. And you understood that.
Howard, they were not my chicks. But I did recognize that, one day this could be my lifestyle.
Isn't that bad, though? Because, in a way, you're a young kid, you're focused on music. Screw the lifestyle at that point.
Well, I didn't know that it was a lifestyle, by the way, at the time. I just thought this is really
Couldn't have corrupted you, though?
This is what it means to be an adult? Is that what you think?
I mean, it could have really made you...
This is what it means to be a star. Like, this is what your lifestyle looks like. I mean... And by the way, I never quite experienced anything like that. It's like you going from place to place. I mean, we were flying all over the place. It wasn't just New York City. We'd go to Los Angeles. We go to Miami.
It's crazy.
I was like the little brother. They called me Baby Boo. And I was the little brother. Everybody looked out for me. And I think that to some extent it was to his benefit to keep me around. Because I was it's kind of like a Rob Peter to pay Paul type thing when you build an artist.
You're living at Puffy's. You're living the dream. Mm-hmm. He's your mentor. He's going to produce your first album.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, and he's going to mentor you and show you the life. Could you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
That's what I was talking about.
I mean, I could.
As well,
I
in
stayed
regards
up
to the common denominator, right? L.A. Reid was who Usher, worked with. Performed for and met and everything, a record executive who said, let me send you with Diddy, right? This Diddy Flavor Camp. That's even a real disturbing type name, you know what I mean? With all this ish that we're finding out. And then we find out that Usher, after Scooter Braun discovered Bieber, Usher works with him, they sign him, he takes him to L.A. Reid as well, and then later turns him over to Diddy. It just all sounds very similar, very disturbing once again when you do the math and add up everything else we're hearing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like I said, everyone always wants to just say Jaguar Wright is off her rocker or on drugs. But again, some have been saying she's been exposing the truth. Once again, tap in, let me know what you think. There seems to be a lot of consistencies in what she's saying here. There's just so many similarities in their stories. It almost sounds like the same cycle. And this, is something we spoke about in another video I did recently in regards to someone else, Suge Knight, who we know is locked up, and often, Suge Knight is known to say some outlandish things, but he said some true things as well, he described, well as Gene Deal, Diddy's bodyguard, how Diddy learned this behavior, this sick, twisted, wicked demon behavior from Clive Davis and Andre Harrell. And that's a whole nother video, a whole nother discussion. I'll pin the link to the Suge Knight video that I'm talking about in the comments below. Go check it out. But he basically said, Diddy was around these sick creeps, got into the game that way, and, he took out his trauma and victimized people in the same way in which he was victimized. Again, we have to say allegedly with all this, as this is all allegations at this point. But like I said, there's a whole lot of consistencies, a whole lot of things that seem to add up to spell out some very sick truths, in my opinion. Once again, hit the comments and let me know what y'all think. But with that being said, y'all are aware of the saying, right? Hurt people, okay? People are victimized and traumatized and often go on and victimize others, but that is no excuse for an individual to do demonic activity like that because it happened to them. It's not okay it happened to them. They are indeed victims, right? But you don't have to carry out that cycle of sickness. The cycle has to be broken. You know what I mean? Just because a monster victimized you, you have to get help, find strength within, turn to God and ask for strength from him, which is, when we see this gospel music, is that what y'all think is going on with Justin Bieber? Again, tap in with it all. Let's talk about it all. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for updates. But the cycle has to be broken. You know, these individuals carry on the demonic, straight up satanic, evil cycle. And again, link pinned below for that video in regards to what Suge Knight and others were saying about Diddy. And like I said, that whole situation, Andre Harrell, Clive Davis, the way Diddy got into the game, it's no secret, man. Y'all can go check into it. There is some very zesty, wicked, sugar in the gas tank type ish, you know, with these individuals that Diddy, you know, went from being a nobody and an intern to being on like an assistant and an executive level for these individuals. It's clear as day what it is, you know what I'm saying? And what do y'all think? Is Jaguar Wright telling the truth? Is Usher, did Usher become a monster like Diddy did rather than breaking the cycle? Is Justin Bieber breaking the cycle and turning to God, staying away from all this demonry? Hit the comments. Stay tuned. It's coffee. I'm out of here, y'all. There's a lot of consistency. Like, for real, Jaguar Wright says a lot of wild-ish, but I don't know, man. I did the math on this one. You do the math and let me know what y'all think.